it's Emma Mills here and welcome to episode 62 of MiTV, and today I'm going to talk about and hopefully start to answer a question that I get asked a lot, and it's based around when do I grow a team? So when do I either employ a member of staff, get some part-time help, or when do I start to outsource work to whatever function it might be? But when do I get help that is more than just me? And I know that it's a difficult decision to make for a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners. It can be based around cash flow and money. So obviously there are the concerns of what if it goes wrong? What if it doesn't work? I've paid somebody for nothing. The other probably main emotion is it's my business, it's my baby, I've been doing everything myself. What if I give this work to Sheila and Sheila messes it up and upsets my customers? Or what if they do this wrong in the business? So those are probably the main two things. I'd say the big one is what if I can't afford them? What happens? So first, I think in my experience, because obviously I've had my business 10 years, just to recap, the first 5 I was on my own. The second 5, I started to employ a team. And in my experience now, the two main things that you should think about first before you do this are, number one, you should be improving your systems daily. I know I mention it in almost every episode, but if you don't start now, you can just literally do one a day. Just start to make that easier, that when somebody comes into the fold and you start to grow your business and they get into your way of doing things and culture, that this is becoming something that's habit, and you understand the importance of a process and how it can help to scale your business. So work on this anyway, whether you've got a member of staff or not. Number 2, you need to look at your hourly rate. Again, I know I've said it lots of times. If you want to be earning £100 an hour, £200 an hour, you need to be thinking about, what do I outsource? If you are currently earning, let's say, £30 an hour or £40 an hour, to me, if you're earning 40, anything below 30 that you can if you could outsource for somebody to do for £30 or less per hour, it's a win-win, because you need to think about leveraging your time and making the most of each hour. So not all hours are the same. What you do in them, you could spend 1 hour nurturing a new sales lead and get a contract for £1,000, or you could spend 1 hour managing your diary, and it absolutely achieves nothing for growth in your business. So not all hours are the same. So you need to figure out what is your hourly rate. And with these two bits of information, particularly the latter, you're going to start to get more clarity on what are good tasks to outsource or get a member of staff, employed staff, to do, and when you should do that. So the steps that I feel that you should go through are, so first, when you start to get a member team, they're either going to do one of two things. They're either going to do one, they're going to service your clients. So these are team members which are in your cost of sales. So they are going to deliver your service or product or whatever you do. Or the other kind of team member is some kind of operational support, somebody who enables things to happen within the business. Now, they are both, for me, equally important, but where and which way you go with this is up to you. So obviously, if they are providing the service, if you are billing your clients £50 an hour, if you get somebody else to deliver the service, then we're doing £100 an hour if you're both working at the same rate. So this decision and conversation is more about pipeline, whether you have enough business to warrant this. Now, in my experience, I'm not saying this is the best way to do it, but I grew my business in a very lean way. So I initially brought on lots of work when it was just me, and then brought somebody in because I knew I had work to hand over and give to them. It's not always the best way. It can be quite stressful. Obviously, the ideal way is to bring somebody in, train them up, and then give them work. That's what we do now in my PA, because we're in a place and able to do that. But in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with doing it in the lean way and loading yourself up and then handing over. So here, this is a decision about whether you have the custom and the business to give them. Now, one thing I would say, when you think about this, don't ever think, so say you outsource it and say you use a virtual PA and they're £500 a month. Don't think, well, that's £6,000 a year I need to find. If you're going to employ someone and they are 20 grand a year, don't think that it's 20 grand you have to find. In every case, when you take someone, you're only going to need to find the next month or two. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you're only going to be in financially for as deep as the first month, potentially the second, I think in experience, you normally know after the first week or two whether this is going to be a goer or not. But don't overload the fear of and the overwhelm of employing somebody by thinking, oh my God, I can't afford to take on an admin person at 20 grand, or that virtual PA's £500 a month. It's just the first month. You can, with staff, you can get rid of people easily. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Same with virtual PAs. Most will have a month-to-month rolling contract. So don't overwhelm the issue. You can try it. If it doesn't work out, that's what business is all about. You have to just fail and win and fail and win. That's what happens. With the operational side of it, the decision is about, will this free you up so that you can do much more of this and get your hourly rate? So the operations person is going to be the person that maybe creates the processes, maybe deals with the back end of servicing your clients so you can go out and do what you do, so bringing in the business, maybe doing the high level stuff for customers, and they do the stuff underneath. So the operational people, this is very, very important with the hourly rate. Are they going to free you up enough to be able to bring enough business to cover both of you? So those are the decisions, the conversations, the things that you should be thinking about for both. For me, don't listen to naysayers who say staff and outsourced staff are the worst things that you can do. Yeah, of course I have a team of 10. We've obviously had members of staff who have joined us and left. And of course, they're human beings. It's not plain sailing, but you cannot grow your business without a team. You just can't. So I'm very mindful of the fact that I want these people to work well in the business and to grow and to flourish. So don't be put off by the growth. Just think about actually month to month, you're only in for that month's costs. Let's not, blow the subject out, blow it all out of proportion. So for me, always be continually working on this. It will make it so much easier. And if I had done this 5 years ago, it would have made it so much easier for me as well. Always consider your hourly rate in making those decisions. If you are billing £50 per hour and you can get let's say, a bookkeeper to do some work for £10 an hour, absolutely get rid of it. Why would you spend time doing that £10 task when you can earn £50 an hour? And with the service and the ops here, have you got enough work to give them? Do you have the cash flow for 1 or 2 months to get work in to give them? And with operational people that are they going to alleviate you of the nitty-gritty to enable you to go and earn this? So these are the things to think about. I think we're going to do a few more episodes on this because I think there's loads of conversations you can have about when you do it, outsourced versus employed, because I have an employed team of 10, but I have a few people that work with me outsourced. So we'll do some more episodes on it, but for now, I think these are the main things to think about. If you're in that position where it's just you and you're wondering whether to expand, whether to get an employed person or an outsourced person, have a little think about this first and definitely work out the hourly rate and start to work back from there. So I hope this rather lengthy episode of MiTV helps to get your head out of the dirt and into the clouds, and I will see you on the other side for episode 63. See you then. Bye-bye.